Hey everyone, welcome back to Ragtag Stacking. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about inflation. Now, I know that this topic has been talked about to death, but unfortunately, it does not seem to be going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's slowing down or going in a downward trend. If anything, it seems like it's going the opposite, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. But the first thing that I want to do is show you this visual here, this chart where it was showing inflation. And as you can see here, it's basically the highest it's been in 30 years. You got to go back to around that 1993 mark or so. But yeah, inflation's definitely been going up. As you can see, it's the highest in 30 years. And not only is it going up and getting past those barriers, it's actually doing it at a pretty fast clip. I saw this other article here that was talking about inflation is going up at its fastest rate in 30 years. So not only is it, unfortunately, it's breaking those 30-year marks for being high, but it's getting there at an exceptionally quick pace too. So I'm not an expert. I'm not going to sit here and say, why aren't they doing this? If they did this, this would fix the inflation problem. How are people so stupid and they can't see this? I don't have that information. I don't have that education. That's not something that I have the grasp of to give an opinion on. But even some people that are obviously smarter than me, and this seems to be their expertise or their career, it seems like they're even surprised by how much the inflation is affecting everything now. Because I saw an article with the title here saying that the treasury yield jump was because of the inflation rate being more than they expected. So the people whose job it is to kind of know what's going on, or at least have an idea so that they can, give an estimate. And their estimates were pretty low apparently with these treasury yields, and they didn't expect the inflation to be as high as it was. So that caught them off guard. And they're, the quote-unquote experts, or the people that seem to be in the know. So yes, with the the people that are more of an expert on this stuff than I am, where it's kind of their job to know what's going on here, they're even surprised by how much the inflation has jumped. And that doesn't bode well for everyone. You know what I mean? The people that they don't know anything about inflation and don't know anything about how they can help protect against it, they're going to be in the dark, just like it seems like the higher ups seem to be having a guessing game right now as well. And we always say, or I always see people in the comments talking about how the government is definitely depending on people not caring. They're definitely banking on people being ignorant or not caring, or just things being so boring, talking about treasury yields and stuff like that. People don't want that. People want their little bite-sized content on their phones. They want to watch Real Housewives of something, or they want to watch reality shows of whatever. They're not interested in the real stuff, the real, but it makes them think, gets them worried. You know what I mean? Talking about this stuff and reading about this stuff, it's not a walk in the park. It's actually quite frustrating, and it can get anxiety inducing. So some people, they just want to have their life. They don't want any bad things seeping into their happy lives. So they'll just, a lot of people will just put their head in the sand. But it seems they showed this, that there was a survey here. It seems that consumers think that they're going to be crushed by what's happening with this inflation. And that's, I'm not going to say surprising, just because it has been going on for a long enough time for the majority of people. Even the people that, don't want anything to do with this, or that they don't care about it, they seem to be, questioning, hey, what's going on with my grocery bill? Or what's going on with the gas? Why is everything so much more expensive? Or why is everything I'm buying so much smaller than it used to be? So it seems like there are more people actually paying attention or seeing what's going on with this inflation. And the only way that I can suggest to help a little bit is buy some silver. This stuff can't be inflated. This is a finite material. You know what I mean? It just can't be minted up out of nowhere like fiat currencies can be printed up. So there is your hedge. You know what I mean? This stuff will not be affected by all the inflation that's going on. But again, don't just jump into it willy-nilly. You got to make sure that you do your homework. You got to make sure that you set a budget for your silver. Everyone's saying buy, 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 you know, get into silver, you know, it's to the moon. They're not talking about all the things like, you know, premiums. They're not talking about when you buy physical silver, you're going to be in the hole quite a bit because there's these premiums tacked on to what spot price is. If you see silver spot price at $30 and you pick up a piece of silver at $30, that is perfect, but that's not what's going to happen. Unless you have a family member that really likes you, hell, they could give it to you for free. But if you have a really, you know, good friend or something like that and they give you a spot price deal, that's something that you don't want to pass up. Because if you go on to like the silver bullion dealers or even into your local coin shops, you'll see that there's a pretty hefty premium tacked on to most silver products, all silver products, not most. So yeah, that's something that they don't tell you. You got to make sure that the money you're putting into silver isn't something that you're going to need down the road, like in a couple of months, because you might be flushing some money down the toilet by not making up those premiums. Stacking as a hedge against inflation is a long-term play. You're not going to be picking this stuff up and expecting to be, you know, selling it down the road like in 6 months or whatever and expecting a huge profit. That's not what the silver is there for. You know, if you make a little bit of a profit off of it down the road, you know, so be it. Obviously, if you accumulate for a long amount of time and spot price, you know, slowly goes up, for me, I'd be happy if it covers the premiums, that I'm out of the hole, that I would at least break even, because, you know, as I said, this is acting for me more as a physical savings account than and a hedge against inflation, rather than an investment or something I'm actively looking to make money off of in the near future. So yes, I'm definitely glad that I got into silver stacking and things like that, because once I started getting into that, I actually learned a little bit more about money and learning more about the monetary systems and things like that. So I've been educating myself more about those things, and now that I'm seeing all of these articles and all that about the you know, the rising inflation and stuff like that, I am very happy that you know, I started getting my my gold and silver stack going. I feel like the last horse crossing the finish line. I didn't start until 2020, but at least I did start. I'm glad that I did that. But anyways, that was a quick video today that I want to show you, talking about some articles that I saw. I will leave a link in the description to them. I know I didn't read through all of them. There was too many to do. I think I talked about 4 different articles there, and it would take forever to go through all of them. So if you want to read through the entire thing, I'll leave a link to all of those in the description. But yes, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next one. Thank you.